Hey, welcome to Good Enough Spanish. Rich B here, and today I want to teach you how to conjugate the verb ser, as you can see on the board. Now, if you've been following my videos, the last video I introduced you to the verbs to be, which is ser and estar. And ser, remember, was for permanent or lasting things, and estar was for things more temporary. Okay, that's the overarching rule. Okay. Now today, I just want to concentrate on teaching you how to conjugate the verb ser, because there's no way around this verb. To be is a verb that's used in any language, just so you can't duck your way around this. So this teach you the basic conjugation of this form in the present tense. That'll get you a long way. Okay. Now let's just write to be under this so to stick into your head more. This means to be. And this is more like permanent or lasting situations. Okay. Now the subject pronouns, that's how we're going to base it off of. So let me just recite it. Basically, it's yo soy, tú eres, usted, él, ella es, nosotros somos, then ustedes, ellos, ellas son. Okay? Now let me write that down. Yo soy, tú eres. And yes, that is an accent mark over the U. You're going to have to get used to not forgetting those and thinking that it's part of the letter. It's very important, because if I didn't have that accent mark over it, it wouldn't mean you, it would mean your. Okay? So, tú eres. Then we have usted, él, ella, es. Okay? Usted, él, ella, all use the conjugation es. Now I'm going to explain my order in a minute, but just follow me. Follow me. Not too much, too fast. Okay? Then we have nosotros somos. Nosotros somos. And then we have ustedes, ellos, ellas son. I'm just getting low right here. Ustedes, ellos, ellas. So it's taking up more of my board than I thought. Some of these words, son. Woo! Okay. Now, let me break that down a little bit. I know when you're learning, especially when you're a beginner, some of these things can kind of get you a little bit. But you can't be too hard on yourself. You got to understand Spanish. You got to give it time to marinate. You're learning a new thing, a new language, and you're trying to wrap your head around this, especially your English speaking and thinking brain. So you can't be too hard on yourself. It'll come. So, yo soy, it means I am. Yo soy. So let's underline in red, let's underline the conjugation. So ser turns to soy when it's used in the first person. Now let me explain this really quick before I even get into this. The reason I grouped it like this is because it makes more logical sense in my mind. It helps me remember, and it'll probably help you remember too. Now, if you've seen this chart before, maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but usually it's rearranged a little different. Like they'll say yo tú and then the él, ella, usted, instead of the usted, el, ella. Or they'll say ellos, ellas, usted, instead of the ustedes, ellos, ellas. But sequence matters to me because it helps to layer it on in your memory bank. Because I group these conjugations by person, like first person, second person, third person, and that helps categorize it in my mind. So, for instance, this is I, which is first person, tú, second person. Now, these are your subject pronouns. I went over that in another video. Go back through my catalog. It's there. So, yo, first person. 2, second person. Usted is still second person, which is why I kept it in the sequence, but it's second person formal, like more of a person you want to show respect to or an older person. Okay? So usted is still second person, singular, but it's formal. And then it goes into third person, which is él, ella, like he, she, or it. Okay, now they coming into the business. He, she, or it. That's third person, a third party. So I wanted to keep it in the sequence of first, second, third person, first, second, first person, second person, third person, instead of going from traditional first person, second person, then you're going from third person back to second person. It's just too much jumbling, and that can shift your brain from really lathering it on like you need it. Okay, now we go to first person plural. First person plural is not I anymore. It's a unit. It's we. So nosotros somos, we. Then I segue into the second person plural. It's not you anymore. Now it's you all. Or like they say in the South, y'all. Okay, so you're a unit now. Okay, so that's why I segue into second person plural. Now I segue into ellos, ellas, which is they. So it's not he, she, or it anymore. It's not singular. Now it's a unit. It's a plural third party, they. Okay? Ellos, ellas son. So you see that sequence while I'm doing it. I'm going from now that first person, plural, second person, plural, to that third person, plural, instead of bouncing from first person plural to third person plural back to second person plural. It's just too much. Okay, and too much. And that's how the traditional courses teach you to sequence matters. Okay, what do you do when you paint? Do you put the primer on first, or do you put the paint on first? Because if you're putting the paint on first, then that's going to turn out to be a messy job, I'd imagine. So sequence does matter more than some people might think. Okay, now back into this conjugation. The matter at hand. I know I got off into a lot of other areas, but sometimes that's what it needs to bring the road back. There's a lot of little details in Spanish that you need to know for it to lock in. Okay, so, yo soy, I am, tú eres, you are, tú eres, usted, él, ella, es. Okay? You are. Usted es. Él es. He is. Ella es. She is. Nosotros somos. We are. Ustedes son. You all are. Or y'all are. Then ellos son. They are. They are. And it says oh because it is a all masculine group. They are. Ellas, they are, has its A because it's an all feminine group. So ellas son, there you go. And if it's a mixed group, by the way, if it's a mixed group, then you refer back to the masculine form. Even if it's just one male in that mixed group, it's going to refer back to this masculine form. Okay? So let that stick into your head for a little bit. Okay? Now, this is a good pace right here because I don't want to lather on too much. I don't want to go with the best way to learn how to conjugate verbs is to take one verb at a time, especially when they're so important like this. Ser, a to be verb, a very major verb. You want to take it one verb at a time and wrap your head around it. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to conjugate estar in the present tense. Now, by the way, this is ser conjugated in the present tense indicative. Okay. That's another road we're going down in Spanish that I'll just mention it real quick so you can at least prime your mind a little bit on. You got to understand there are different moods in Spanish. So there's not just one present tense or past tense or future tense like we know it in English. There are multiple, but it depends on which mood you are in. So that's why I say this is how you conjugate ser in the present indicative mood. You establish the mood that you're in, and then you establish the tense. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna get off into. You just have to follow the channel. You're not gonna learn everything in one video. Okay, so back to this. We're gonna do it just one time. Say it with me. Yo soy, I am. Tú eres, you are. Ustedes, you are. Formal, él es, he is. Ella es, she is. Nosotros somos, we are. Ustedes son, you all are, or y'all are. Ellos son, they are. All masculine group. Ellas son, they are. All feminine group. Or back to ellos son, if there is a mixed group, even if there's only just one male, then it'd be ellos son for mixed group. They are. Okay? That's enough for today. If you got value, do me a favor, reach out and smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss a thing. And until next time, remember, you don't have to be perfect. Just be good enough.